Hi, and welcome back to our journey through Lent. So we've been looking at this book called Dust and Glory, looking at faith, failure, and forgiveness. And as we start week 5, we're looking particularly at living well with failure. For the past 4 weeks, we've been looking failure full in the face, and we've accepted it, examined it, perhaps even embraced it. And so this week we're going to be particularly looking at how to live well alongside failure in our lives. And the picture that's in the little booklet that helps us as a prompt to think about living well with failure is the Japanese art of kintsugi, where a pot may have been broken and then they fix the pot, and in the cracks that there would have been, which would have been pretty ugly, they have gold. So rather than hiding the brokenness, they actually draw attention to the brokenness and talk about the beauty of the brokenness. Well, before we dive into today's particular reflection, let's do what we always do and just pause in the presence of God. Let's breathe and become aware of His presence. He is with us. And let's fill our hearts, our minds, and all our senses with that sense of His closeness with us right now. Let's have a time of quiet. The reading today is from Psalm 107, verses 1 to 9. I'm going to just focus on this small part. If you've got a little bit of time, then you can pause the video at this point and read those 9 verses. Some wandered in desert wastes, finding no way to an inhabited town. Their soul fainted within them. Then they cried out to the Lord in their trouble. I'm going to struggle with the words that are in the reflection today simply because it's written by someone who is very different to me. And she talks about when she procrastinates, she goes into tidying mode and tidies her house and gets it all looking beautiful. And the reality is I'm just not like that at all. So it would be hard for me to use those words. But I guess the question is, what are we like when we have mess in our lives? And we do have mess in our lives. That's what life is like, isn't it? Life fills us with all sorts of mess. And certainly if you're anything like me, my desk would be really quite a mess. There's all sorts of things all over the place. I know where everything is on the desk, but not everybody would. And sometimes the piles of papers and things actually get on top of me a little bit, and I feel like I need to actually organize things. Today, I'm celebrating 35 years of being married to Alison, and you see Alison on some of these videos from time to time. And she, again, is very different to me. So she loves to tidy. She loves it when everything is spotless and everything in its place and in order. And there's a little part of me that actually quite likes the mess because it kind of reflects life that's all around me. What do you do with the mess that's all around? Just last week I was chatting with someone in a spiritual direction kind of setting, and they were reflecting that it became obvious to them that the way that they dealt with mess is that they felt like they had to get their life completely in order and straight before they were able to come to God. Because the reality is, Jesus knows all about our mess. He came and He walked the earth. He walked exactly our lives. He experienced everything we experience. And He did that because He knows that we live messy lives. There are things that go wrong. There are emotional breakdowns, there are financial challenges, there are all sorts of challenges that come along that make life messy. And I think in the middle of our mess, what he loves the best is when we come to him honestly and vulnerably and just say, this is my mess, Lord. This is where I'm at right now. These are the things that are bothering me. And we include him in the mess of our lives. So one way to live well alongside failure is to be okay with the mess in our lives and to take that quite openly in prayer and in our lives to God as we walk with him and share that mess with him. Let's take some of that into a moment of contemplation. So whether we're facing physical mess, emotional mess, financial mess, or any other kind, do we shut God out of it, or do we cry out to the Lord in our trouble to step into the confusion of our lives? Let's have a moment of quiet as we ponder that. Lord, you are strong when we are frail, and gentle when we let you down. Help us to lean on you this week. Amen. Bless you as you carry on with this journey through Lent. See you tomorrow.